Here's what's interesting about this election, and I'm seeing it all over Facebook. It's crazy. It is a simple choice to make. Be sure and go vote today. And underneath that is a pin, and it says voting is just like driving. If you want to go backward, choose R. If you want to go forward, choose D. Make sure you go vote today. So, what you're basically saying, without saying it, is vote Democrat. Now, the Republicans do it too. Don't think for a second that I'm choosing sides here, and don't think that I'm pro Trump, because that is simplistic and stupid. Simple minds are poisoning this country. And it's not just because of piss poor choices that are made, but because white people make piss poor choices. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are the two perfect candidates to represent the United States. Why do I say that? Because Donald Trump represents everything that's wrong with culture. Hillary Clinton represents everything that is wrong with government. But they're the perfect representation of the United States nonetheless. This is why voting Gary Johnson matters. And of course, it's got all the reasons for voting for Gary Johnson. And you've got all the reasons for voting for Trump and all the reasons for voting for Hillary. And friendships are going to get ruined. Families are going to be split. It's going to be complete bedlam tomorrow, no matter who wins. And that is why I truly believe in whoever wins, we lose. Not necessarily because of any political reason, but because that's how people are. Nobody is even voting in this election for a candidate. They're voting against one. Or some people are changing their mind last minute, like, I'm voting for Trump. Then they get to the doors and they're like, you should probably vote for Clinton. Or vice versa, whatever. I noticed that with Republicans, they're a little less conflicted. They're a little less, more conflicted, but they're less united. They don't have any conviction with where they stand. It changes a lot. Look at what had happened many years ago with John McCain and what's her name out in fucking Alaska. These two fucking ran. And Sarah Palin, thank you. The reason why Sarah Palin cost John McCain the election is because nobody knew about her politics. That was the major reasoning. But she was also quite stupid. I can see Russia from my backyard, therefore I know all about it. One, you cannot see Russia from your backyard. Two, that doesn't make you an expert on foreign policy. I can see my neighbor's house, but I don't know anything about my neighbor or his house. So, there's that. But now you look at this election, it is the same thing. You're basically voting for a male version of Sarah Palin. But people are not voting for Hillary. They're voting against Donald Trump. And the same thing goes with the Republicans. They're like, yeah, I kind of would have liked to have seen Ted Cruz or even Rand Paul or anybody but Donald Trump. But then the Democrats are conflicted because they wanted Bernie Sanders, who won the popular vote. But did they get Bernie Sanders? They got with Hillary Clinton. And they're like, well, this is not what we wanted. Well, that's who you got. Because of the way the system works. We could change it. We can lobby it. But we don't. I'm a very political person. Have you tried to make change recently? No. Well, then you should go back into your fucking house and continue watching your trash television. I think both candidates are shit. And I am not the only one that thinks that. Mark my words, if one of them got shot, I wouldn't cry. Not even a little bit. I think very little of human life as is. But you have the perfect symbols of the United States. Aren't you proud? Aren't you proud? At least a little bit. See, everyone else is disappointed. I'm kind of thinking, this is poetic in a way. This is in a sense quite beautiful. And people that voted for them and put them as the primaries, again, are stupid. The people that voted for Bernie Sanders, I am so sorry you got fucked. Royally. I am. You got screwed. This is not fair to you. The Democrats, though, are more than okay with it, as is Bernie Sanders, because he walked away with his tail tucked between his legs like a little bitch. So I don't respect the man for that. I respect somebody with conviction because that is something nobody has. Nobody has the balls to say, no, I stand up for this. I stick with this. This is what I believe. This is my absolute favorite. I stand by this no matter what. Nobody has that, especially in this election. But they are the perfect representation of the United States. There should be statues made of them and put someplace. Probably Washington, D.C. Wouldn't that be iconic? But everyone seems to be complaining. Let's go third party. You're funny. You're hopeful and wishful, but you're funny. Or you've got, let's vote for Trump because we don't want Hillary in office. You're going to vote against somebody. If there was really that little bit of a desire to have somebody you wanted as president, somebody who you think would represent you the best, you'd write him in. But you've got that contradiction now where it's like, oh, you're just throwing away your vote, buddy. Just throwing away your vote. It's not going to mean anything. Isn't that kind of some bullshit? Like, we're supposed to be in a system where you should vote for who you think best represents you. But you have to pick between two people. What if none of those two people do that? What if we all wrote in whoever we wanted? Like I did. What if that happened? What if somebody said, fuck it, I'm writing in this person for president and this person for senator. And by God, I'll be fine with that. At least you can sleep at night instead of going to bed going, damn, did I make the right choice? I just helped fuck up this country even more. Did I? Did I vote against somebody that could have possibly have been better than this candidate? What happens if you Clinton voters find out that she fucking starts war with Russia and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, that was kind of my fault. Are you going to hold no responsibility to that? Are you going to be able to sleep at night? How about the Donald Trump voters who are like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of his policies, but he's better than Hillary Clinton. So what happens if he starts a war with Russia? What happens when he builds that wall and we're broke and increases the deficit? Are you guys going to be like, yeah, it's kind of responsible for that? No, because as Americans, we don't take responsibility anymore. As it's shown, the millennials who need their safe space, they don't have balls, they don't have guts because their family pretty much neutered them, and they don't take any interest in their personal lives. And this is in fact true because this is what is happening. Safe places are now being built, including college campuses. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that some fucking joke? When I was a kid, I didn't have a safe place. I got my ass kicked by 8 kids. Where was my safe place? Here. This was my safe place. My music was my safe place. That was my safe place. I built my own. When I wanted to make new friends in a new school, I did it on my own. And alienated those that I thought were absolutely worthless. And I stuck by that. That is conviction. I have written in my candidates, and I decided who I want to have win. That was my choice. My decision. I was not swayed by anybody. I said, no, this is what I believe. This is what I think. At least I can say, I did not contribute to one of these fucking assholes. And when you're thinking, you're throwing it away, you're giving this person the vote because you didn't vote against her and you didn't vote for my candidate, which is what you're saying without saying it. Pretty fucking cowardly, isn't it? Pretty fucking cowardly. So, let's really analyze what's happening. On social media, we hear all these stories. Rothschild. We hear about the emails. We hear about the vagina gate scandal. Vagskate, I get. Vagskate, that's a good one. Vagskate. Hashtag that shit. But that's what we have on social media. That's what we're talking about. Vaginas. Oh, most guys, we like vaginas. So that's pretty, fucking like, it's a go-to. And then on this side, we've got, scandals, which gets a lot of attention. None of these people are good people, but they're perfect representations for the American people in general. I feel like there are worse people. I feel like that this country is more stupid people than intelligent people. I feel like intelligent people are very rare. Women complain about it all the time, but they still fuck guys with the IQ of a hamster, which I think is cute and hypocritical, but cute. but we don't solve our own problems anymore. We don't stand up for ourselves anymore. We don't stand up to anything or for anything. We turn on the TV at 9 o'clock at night and go, let's watch the news. Let's watch fucking trash television. Let's watch trash YouTubers. Let's watch fucking makeup gurus. Let's get involved in the drama between this person having fake tits and this person who's against fake tits. Let's watch that debate for an hour and a half. Like, that's where our mind is at. Does that not bother you a little bit? Like, everyone is upset over these people. They're upset by it. But it's what they do in their free time anyways. I know people that watch trash YouTube channels. I know people that pass it off as, this is just a guilty pleasure. I know people that do the same thing with music. Oh, it's just a guilty pleasure. There's no conviction in it. There's no, like, I defend this music. And the people that do, I salute you. And the people that do defend the things that they enjoy, I salute you. But there are so many videos out there that have gone viral that aren't even creative. I can understand a funny video. I'm a guy who has a great sense of humor, in my honest opinion. But I can defend what I think is funny. And a lot of people don't. They're just like, oh, it's a guilty pleasure, and brush it off. They have no conviction. No balls. No balls. None. At least Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump had the balls to run for president. But nobody had the audacity to stand up against them and say, this is wrong. Let's not do this. There are more of us than there are of them, and nobody decided, let's take matters into our own hands. Nope, and I didn't think it would happen, nor do I think it will. Much like what happens when a team wins or loses a game, there's going to be riots. That much I do know. I know that no matter what happens, we will in fact lose, and it was the voters that did it. And it was our two-party system that did it. You could have had Bernie Sanders as a primary. Had he had stayed independent, and you guys had the balls to vote independent, but you guys went into your safe space, your little safe place in your heart and in your mind where I fear the unknown, therefore I don't want to try it. And you stayed closed-minded. That was your fault. This election was your fault. Do not blame those who were the non-voters. They had no partake in it whatsoever. You have the responsibility to tell us why you voted the way you did and stand by it when shit hits the fan. Because if Hillary Clinton gets elected and shit hits the fan, you have to take responsibility for it. But the non-voters do not. That is a fact. That is something you must take into consideration on how not voting is in fact voting by saying, no thank you to neither of these. Much like when somebody offers you a dinner or gives you two options, Taco Bell or Burger King. Well, I'm actually not a fan of either. So I'm going to go home and make something of my own. Can that not be seen the same way? While some might think that's a little simplistic, may I remind you are also the same people that watch trash television. And this is true. Jersey Shore, ridiculousness, whatever the hell, the Scream television series, trash television. All of it's garbage. Just bad. You get the same thing on YouTube. Might as well watch two girls grabbing each other's hair and throwing them across a parking lot. Those are the things that get viewed on Facebook a lot, isn't it? Certainly probably gets a lot of views on YouTube as well. But nothing of art or of creativity or of humor, honest humor. Just garbage. So, to the non-voters, I salute you. To those that voted for Trump and those that voted for Hillary, I say to you, sleep well, because if shit hits the fan, you must take responsibility for voting. And if you wrote in your own candidate, I salute you as well to say, I wrote in my candidate, probably won't amount for much, but at least I know I did the right thing for me. I wrote in the candidate that would best represent me. I'll be doing a few more videos today. I'll be doing some updates. I look forward to speaking with you more in the next couple of hours. It is now 12:05 Eastern Standard Time. I will see you in a few hours. God bless America. and kiss your asses goodbye.